Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's your bad blue boy, dominicrichfc. Man, please do me a favor. Get up right now and take off that Dinamo Zagreb shirt and put on the Manchester City shirt. This is not last season. Get back to the program, bro. But I actually followed Dinamo last season, so, you know, I don't care. I really don't care. I don't care how much you love Dinamo Zagreb. If you do love him still, just take it off. Put on the City shirt because it's our time. It's our year, okay? Okay. Guys, sorry for the interruption there. You know, my rude twin brother had to come in and school me, you know, so my bad. I'll put on the right jersey next time. But guys, I am back October 1st, Tuesday, October 1st. I'm back to review the Champions League matches that were played on that day. We had games from Group A to Group D, and we were well treated, man. We were well treated. It was more than a snack. It was a feast. It was a feast. So guys, let's just go through each and every... that didn't come out right. That did not come out right. But let us go to each and every one of these 8 matches. I'll let you know my thoughts on each game. I didn't watch all the games, but I made sure I watched all the highlights. I caught 2 matches, the early game and then the 3 o'clock match. I wasn't able to watch the Man City versus Dinamo Zagreb fixture because I didn't have access to the game, so I saw the Tottenham Hotspur against Bayern Munich game, and that one was well worth it. It was definitely well worth it. I also saw the earlier fixture between Real Madrid and Club Brugge. That one was well worth it too. So without further ado, let me stop the babbling and get into talking about these fixtures. So guys, I have my phone here. I'll be going through each and every fixture, of course, from the device. Okay, so it's not coming all out of my head. But let's do this. Let's start with Group A. The match that I saw first between Real Madrid and Club Brugge. Let's get into this one. This one was actually a good one. I actually wanted Club Brugge to pull off the upset here, but they had to settle for a single point. And they must look at this as points dropped because they were leading 2-0. An early goal by Emmanuel Dennis Benaventure, the Nigerian international. He's only 21 years old, so he will be on the radar of, you know, clubs looking for a goodish striker. And I'm not going to say clinical because I can remember in the first match against Galatasaray, he had so many chances to score and he did not. He did not. They only picked up a draw in the first match there. But Club Brugge, they're on a roll here. They're not an easy team to beat. I think this is their 4th consecutive draw now in the Champions League. And this was another really good performance. So they scored first in the 9th minute. It was a very, very kind of controversial goal because in the build-up to the play, the first pass to Percy Tau looked offside, and then the second ball that Percy Tau passed over to Bonaventure looked like it was offside as well. But Bonaventure collected the ball, tried to get a shot off, scuffed it, and he still beat the hapless Thibaut Courtois in goal. Guys, what has Courtois come to? What has he come to? He has been horrible. He has been horrible since he went to Real Madrid. He hasn't been good. He hasn't been good. Force Keylor Navas out the team and look at what's going on. This is what you call karma, though. This is karma at its finest. So, Club Brugge were leading early on in the game. They didn't have a lot of the possession, but whenever they did, they counterattacked very, very well. And the Real Madrid defense looked very, very shaky and vulnerable. And this is a defense with Sergio Ramos coming back from that ban, Nacho, Carvajal, and Rafael Varane. These are supposedly world-class players with Casemiro sitting right in front of them. And they got broken down very, very easily by Club Brugge. After resisting Real Madrid's charge for the next 30 minutes, Club Brugge scored again. And guess who popped up? Bonaventure, and it wasn't the most convincing goal. It was a giveaway by Luka Modric, and Bonaventure just pounced on it, and he was on his way down. He was actually falling down, tripped up on himself, and Courtois went down. He didn't make himself big enough. He got chipped. 2-0. I was like, oh my God. Guys, I had to go and make a halftime report while I was at work because it was that good. The game was that good. I'm like, I have to talk about this at halftime. I have to do more halftime reports, but I haven't been doing a lot of videos while out on the road as of late for a very, very, very long time. Like not a lot this year, but I said, you know what, let me just put one out, and it came out pretty okay. But Real Madrid had to do something for the second half, and Zidane, who became the first ever manager to win 3 Champions Leagues in a row, came back to the club to replace Solari, and the club isn't looking much better than it was when Lokomotiv and Solari was in charge. Zidane had to do something big at halftime, and he did something big. I was quite surprised. He took off Nacho, brought on Marcelo. That was a good move because Marcelo injected a lot of life into the game. But the big one, man, he took off Thibaut Courtois and brought on Alphonse Areola, and it proved to be the right move because Areola pulled off a big save early on in the second half to deny Bonaventure of his hat-trick. And if he had scored that goal, Real Madrid, I think they couldn't have come back from this. But they did. They tried their hardest and they came back. The first goal, which was scored by Sergio Ramos, very suspect kind of goal. You know, it was VAR had to check it for offside, and it was onside by the finest of margins. Goal stood Real Madrid back into the game, and they were quite relentless in their attack against Club Brugge. I don't know how they put up with that for so long, but they did. Real Madrid were having the better second half, and they fought, and they came back into the game. The big turning point in the match came when Ruud Vormer picked up a second yellow card. It was successive yellow cards. The first challenge was quite a stupid challenge, a high boot, and then the second one, bringing down Vinicius just outside the box. That was a good move to bring on Vinicius at that time as well. Up stepped Toni Kroos to take the free kick, and it landed nicely on the head of Casemiro, and he dispatched it past Simon Mignolet, who was having quite an okay game up until that point, because he pulled off a good save or two and he kept Club Brugge in the game. But you have to question Mignolet's positioning for that set piece though. He was, you know, way off his line, and he should have been in a better position. Definitely should have. And at that time I was saying, look at Real Madrid getting the help from the referees again. Maybe he could have just given Ruud Vormer a warning. It wasn't that bad that you say, you know, give the guy a second yellow card. So, you know, a bit of a conspiracy there when it comes to that second yellow to reduce them to 10 men, weakening the team and helping Real Madrid to get back in it, to pick up a point, a measly point. Remember, they lost their first match against PSG 3-0. Real Madrid isn't looking good at all. They're not looking good. They're playing well in the league, but in the Champions League, they don't look good. They do not look good. Hazard hasn't hit the ground running at Real Madrid. I don't think Lucas Vazquez should have started. Maybe he should have given Vinicius Jr., you know, the little start there. Maybe Isco should have gotten a run out. Maybe Marcelo should have started in the first place because Nacho is not a natural left back. So Zidane, you have a lot of decisions to make, and you have to make the right decisions very soon, or else it can cost you your job. It can cost you your job. Mediocre performance by Real Madrid. Great performance by Club Brugge. Percy Tau, Bonaventure, the defenders there, Simon Daly, Clinton Mata, and Mekele was great on the day. Crepin Diatta, Hans Van Aken. Why do I have to say Van Aken? Isn't his name Hans Van Aken? Sobol looked good. So this Club Brugge is one to watch for this group phase. They could be the dog horses. They could be the underdogs that end up squeezing themselves into the Champions League round of 16. We'll just have to wait and see though for some more Real Madrid fuck-ups. So with that draw, Real Madrid are currently bottom of the table in Group A. Oh my God. Oh man, I can't believe this. Club Brugge second, 2 points. The group is kind of close right now with PSG on top with 6 points, 2 wins and 2. Galatasaray in third place, which segues nicely into the PSG versus Galatasaray fixture. This wasn't one that I saw, but PSG, they created a lot of chances. They should have scored more than 1 goal, but in the end, they still came out victorious. Not much to talk about here. I expected a win from PSG, and that's the win that we got. Mauro Icardi picking up his first Champions League goal for PSG as well. I don't really know if that's his first goal in PSG colors because I haven't been watching the Uber Eats League on. So on to the next group, Group B. I made a complete video covering the Group B fixtures. So guys, I'm going to put it in the description box or I'm going to pin it in the comments. So go check it out. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Bayern Munich 7. All the details are in that video. Don't want to waste your time here right now. Plus, I want to, send traffic over to that video. And for the other fixture in Group B, Red Star Belgrade or Crvena Zvezda 3. Olympiacos 1. It was a very good come from behind victory for Red Star after going 1-0 down in the 32nd minute, and then Olympiacos went down to 10 men and then Red Star just took advantage of that. The crowd was very, very noisy and they were behind them. They were the 12th men, rallied, and Red Star fought hard. They came back in the game, come from behind victory to pick up only their second ever win in Champions League history. But Red Star, I have a challenge for you. Win on the road. Stop being a home bully. Okay, win on the road. I want to see you pick up a result on the road. You got a draw last season at home and you picked up a win against Liverpool last season. Now you defeat Olympiacos at home. I want to see you defeat them away. I want to see you do something against Tottenham Hotspur. Stop being a home bully, okay? So after those Group B matches, Bayern Munich are on top the group with 6 points. Red Star second, 3 points. Tottenham Hotspur third, 1 point. And Olympiacos at the bottom, 1 point. That was some really entertaining stuff in Group B as well. So now let's move on to Group C, my group, Man City's group. Let's talk about the other fixture first. Shakhtar Donetsk 2, Atalanta 1. Atalanta must feel really hard done by that loss because they were probably the better team in the game because they had many chances, failed to put them away. Penalty save early on, post hit, close calls. They deserve to win the game, but in the end, Shakhtar Donetsk come out victorious because of their tenacity. Duvan Zapata scored the first goal in the 28th minute, and then Junior Moraes equalized in the 41st. The game was locked 1-1 up until the dying embers of the game, but the Israeli forward Solomon scored a late goal to break the hearts of Atalanta. 2 losses in 2, not a good start to their Champions League campaign. Their debut Champions League campaign at that. I'm actually really disappointed in this Atalanta team because I predicted them to come in second in this group and they're flailing. 2 losses in 2 and they're now at the bottom of the group. But good win for Shakhtar Donetsk though, with their Portuguese manager and with all the Brazilian talent in their team. Man, I enjoy watching Shakhtar play. Guys, could you remember when Shakhtar Donetsk had the likes of Fred, Douglas Costa, Alex Teixeira? They had a guy by the name of Luis Adriano. They had, who else was in the team? Marlos was in the team at that time as well. They had Ismaili, Dentinho. Who else was in that team? Tyson. That's seven top quality Brazilians at one time, and there's probably more that I'm not mentioning right now, but Willian played there, Fernandinho played there, Henrik Mkhitaryan played there, Dario Serna was there for a long time. Man, this Shakhtar team is one gritty team, and they could be one of the dark horses of the 2019-20 UEFA Champions League for sure. As for the next game, my team, Manchester City 2, Dinamo Zagreb, the team I followed last year very closely, 0. And it was a weird game. I did not see the game, but from watching the highlights, it was a weird game. Guys, I tried my hardest to watch this game. I tried finding Croatian channels, BT Sport 3. They said the game was going to be there. I tried my app on the, the Spanish app that I watched, the, legit Spanish app from my cable service. And today, it wasn't my day to watch Man City play. Maybe it was just meant for me to watch Tottenham Hotspur get beat down by Bayern Munich, so everything happened for a reason. Everything happened for a reason. Everything happen for a reason. So 2-0 win, courtesy of goals by Raheem Sterling in the second half and a late goal by Phil Foden, man. It was a weird game. We had a lot of chances to score. This could have been an 8-0 embarrassment for Dinamo Zagreb. They were quite compact in defense. Dominic pulled off quite a few big saves, but all in all, we were wasteful in front of goal. Sergio Aguero again. Sergio Aguero, you have a lot of goals for City, but you could have had maybe a lot more because you miss a lot of goals. You miss a lot of goals. Gundogan even hit the crossbar. You know, there was just a lot of chances just missed. But bright spots in the game. Raheem Sterling coming off the bench. Beautifully set up by Riyad Mahrez, man. Look at that pass by Rodri. Oh my God, what a pass. What a pass. Ooh, cut apart the Dinamo Zagreb defense. Mahrez just squared over Sterling at the right place at the right time. Sterling in the right place at the right time, and he scored his 9th goal in his 10th appearance this season. Sterling, man, you could do a Messi this season and get over 50 goals. So just continue putting them in the back of the net. Then our second goal was scored by Phil Foden. He was set up by Raheem Sterling. Very good goal by Foden. And that would be a good confidence booster for the young man, who a lot of people has been saying, you know, he's kind of frustrated. But I think Foden is being patient. Foden, just be patient, man. Be patient, please. Your time will come. You saw when he kissed the badge after he scored that goal. Foden knows what he's doing. Stay at Manchester City. It's the best thing for you. It's the best thing for you. Do not chase. Do not chase playing time. I don't think it would work out in your best interest. Believe you me. Believe you me. Believe you me. But I actually like the lineup that Pep Guardiola played in this match, with Edison in goal, João Cancelo making his full debut in the Champions League for City, Benjamin Mendy last in 90 minutes, Fernandinho and Otamendi at the back. They hardly had anything to do. Rodri, Ilkay Gundogan and David Silva in the middle, with Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, the, you know, bad Twitter joke guy, over on the left-hand side, and Sergio Aguero in the center. We saw Gabriel Jesus, Phil Foden, and Sterling coming off the bench. What a fucking team, man. Has to be the best team in Europe yet to win a Champions League, though. And I know the Liverpool fans will be like, oh no, Liverpool are the best team in Europe. Guys, we will see on November 10th. Not the 9th, November 10th. We will see. But for Dinamo, man, I don't know, man. Maybe they approached the game wrong. Maybe they should have tried to take the game to City. They would have lost the game anyway, so they should have tried to put on a better showing. But who knows? Who knows? It may have been the best outcome for them, because 2-0, who knows? The group may come down to goal difference later on. So not a bad performance. Although they only got 19% of the possession, although they only touched the ball twice in City's box compared to City's 72 or so, 73 touches in their box. They tried. They kept us down to 2 goals, and it just might end up and be a great result for Dinamo Zagreb after they picked up a 4-0 win on Matchday 1 against Atalanta. So they still have a +2 goal difference, and they still have 3 points. So good stuff in the end there. I think they fielded a very good 11, set up very defensively, a 5-3-2 formation. But the team on paper looks very, very solid. I know this team, and I'm telling you, they looked good. Dani Olmo, Livakovic, Mislav Orsic with that Matchday 1 hat-trick. Bruno Petkovic looked like he hardly had anything to do in the game. Nicola Moro and Ariad Ademi in the same team is very, very defensive. So maybe they defended with 7. Plus the 3 attackers I even saw in defense at times during the highlights. So they defended for their lives. So maybe it wasn't a bad strategy by their coach Nenad Bjelica, who will be definitely looking forward for the return leg in Zagreb. But I want to give you a bit of insight from this match. Manchester City have won 5 consecutive Champions League home matches for the very first time. Awesome, awesome stat. Dinamo have become the first ever side to lose 13 consecutive games on the road in the Champions League. Bad record for Dinamo. Very, very bad. They need to improve on that. Manchester City completed 626 more passes than Dinamo Zagreb in this match. 727 minus 100. This is ridiculous. Also accumulating 71 more touches in their opponent's box. 73-2. Wow. So when we look at the stats here in this game, City had 20 shots at goal, 6 on target. Dinamo 2 shots at goal, 1 on target. 81% of the possession for City, 19% for Dinamo. 818 passes for City with an 88% pass completion. Dinamo Zagreb, 192 passes, 52% pass accuracy. They hardly had the ball. Oh, man. This must have been one boring game to watch. So, I think everything happens for a reason. I saw that 7-2 thrashing of Spurs, and I'm happy I did. Spurs, I'm still not forgiving you for that Champions League loss last season and for the VAR debacle early on in the season. So, good for you. So, Man City on top of the group, 6 points. Dinamo Zagreb second, 3 points. Shakhtar Donetsk third, 3 points. And Atalanta flailing at the bottom without a point. So I want us to get all 18 points in this group. Let's see how it goes in the second round. But still have one more match to go before the second round starts though. Remember last season, Tottenham didn't do well in the first round. And then bam, they turned things around the second time around. So you never know what would happen when the next round of matches comes around. That sounded kind of weird, right? Comes around, you know? I think I need to use better words. For the last 2 matches in Group D, Lokomotiv Moscow 0, Atlético Madrid 2. This match was played in Russia, so all the talk about teams not traveling well to Russia, doo-doo. Once a good team goes to Russia, they would spank those Russian teams. So Atlético Madrid's goals were scored by João Felix in the 48th minute and Thomas Partey in the 58th. João Felix goal was kind of scrappy. Thomas Partey with the tap in there. So very good performance by Atlético Madrid though. They had a lot of chances. I could remember Diego Costa having an open goal and he missed. Somehow he missed. Alvaro Morata did get a couple chances as well. But overall it was a good performance by Simeone's men. Not so good by Lokomotiv Moscow. They won their first game. Remember that. They won their first match against Bayer Leverkusen. But they came up short against powerhouses of Europe, Atlético Madrid. To look at some stats in this game, Lokomotiv Moscow 11 shots at goal, 3 on target, 39% of the possession, 339 passes with a 77 pass accuracy. For Atleti, they had 20 shots at goal, 9 on target, 61% of the possession, 554 passes with an 84% pass accuracy. For Atlético Madrid, they had a very attacking team here with Morata and Diego Costa up top. João Felix over on the right wing, Saul on the left, Koke and Thomas in the middle. Lodi and Arias in the fullback positions, Felipe and Jimenez at centre back with Jan Oblak in goal. Angel Correa, Toma Lemar, and Hermosa came off the bench. So, very good team though. The team is looking good despite an exodus of players in the summer transfer window. So, that's a big 3 points after picking up a draw against Juventus in that first game. A match that should have definitely won. Which segues nicely into the Juventus against Leverkusen match. Juventus 3, Leverkusen 0. Watching the highlights for this game, it was kind of weird because I didn't really see a lot of opportunities from Bayer Leverkusen. But when I look at the stats now, it seemed like they had a lot of the ball, 55% of the possession. They outpassed Juventus. They were, they had a better passing accuracy and everything. They had 9 shots off at goal, but none on target. Compared to Juventus's 11 shots at goal, 7 on target, 45% of the possession, 530 passes with a 85% pass accuracy. So Leverkusen had the ball, but they just couldn't score. They just couldn't put together any meaningful passes and creating anything to trouble the Juventus defense at all. I hardly saw anything in the highlight reel with Bayer Leverkusen attacking. I could remember one shot. Higuain scored in the 17th minute. That was a really, really good goal. And I was like, whoa, man. I think Higuain should have stayed at the club when Ronaldo came and not go out on loan to Chelsea. That was kind of a disaster. Why did he even do that? Bernardeschi scored in the 61st minute. And then Ronaldo finally got his goal in the 88th minute after being denied by Herdetsky on numerous occasions during the match. So it was sort of a consolation goal for Cristiano Ronaldo there because I think he definitely deserved one. But this game could have ended way worse for Bayer Leverkusen. It could have been 5, it could have been 6, but it wasn't a good performance. Defensively, they weren't good at all. They weren't good. Jonathan Tah, you guys have to do way better than that. I expect better from this team. And you know what? When I'm looking at the game, I'm like, why the hell is Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League? They don't look like a Champions League team at all. So as for some insight here, the home side has won all 3 meetings between Juventus and Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League, with the old lady winning their 2 home games against the German side by a combined score of 7-0. So Bayer Leverkusen does not play well against Juventus. Bayer Leverkusen failed to attempt a single shot on target in this match. This is the first time they have done so in a Champions League outing since Opta began recording this data in 2003 or 4. Like, come on, it was a horrible performance in what is their 48 game played in the competition in this time. So it was a horror show of a performance, and you didn't need to watch the entire game to know that. Bayer Leverkusen has become the 33rd different club against which Juventus's Cristiano Ronaldo has scored in the Champions League, equaling the record set previously by Raul. 33 teams. So Ronaldo have smashed in goals against 33 different Champions League teams, which equals a record. He's gonna break that record. Surely will. So after match day 2, Juventus on top of the table, 4 points. Atletico Madrid second, 4 points. Lokomotiv third, 3 points. And Bayer Leverkusen last without a point. Guys, it's way too early to know who is gonna win the Champions League. But if I have to make a guess, I'm gonna say it's City's year to do so. I'm just kidding though. I'm just kidding. Don't stone me. But guys, that's enough work for today. I already went to my day job for 12 hours. I came home. I made a couple videos. So that's all for now until tomorrow, where we will have the fixtures from Group E all the way to Group H, and I will be back to talk about those. So guys, from your boy Dominic Rich, if you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button, smash the thumbs up button, and in the comment section down below, let me know of any major talking points that I missed in the video. I know there have been a lot of things that I did not mention in the video, so that's your job. Do it. Thank you. Peace out. Oh, I actually should do that over. I should say, thanks for watching. Peace out. Rich squad. Liam.